I'll need to call a couple of people. Okay, let me see. Someone speaking. Okay. So how was the presentation? I won't believe you guys were there now. So hi Mary Arthur. Can you hear me?
Yes, please, I can.
Great, great. Thank you very much. Kindly help us with the question we have at hand.
Actually, it went well. We did our presentation. It,
What's
you
up?
know,
What's up, group for you?
come again.
What's up, group for you?
The RAND subgroup.
The what?
Rand.
Rand. Okay, Rand. South Africa Rand. Okay.
Yes, please.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. What was your project about? Do you want to like give like a synopsis of what your project was about?
Oh,
How you
okay.
think
So
this thing
as
should.
a group, we were to present to ABC Tech on how to make their onboarding new hires
Okay.
really effective. So I think in our presentation we outline the process and then the tools needed for the onboarding for easy access and all. Yeah, so I think it was a really good presentation and we had fun as well.
Nice. That's nice to know. Thank you, Mary. But when you say you had fun, what do you mean? Was it that? I don't know. Just tell me what do you mean when you say you had fun? It was very easy to do, right? Or was the
Yeah, the
process very easy?
collaborations were good.
Okay.
We had to put our heads together. This one will bring something, and then we just put it together, and
Mm,
we had fun while doing that. So
okay.
I think,
Very
yeah.
good. Very good. That's nice to know. So, thank you for that. Let me see. Abina Amankwa. You're the event planner, right?
Yes, coach. Good evening.
Great. Good evening.
Good
Yeah,
evening,
so uh,
everyone.
good evening. Yeah. Please go ahead, share your experience. How was it? How did it go?
Um, the presentation was good. My team members and I, upon several calls discussing the topic, realized that we all had similar experiences. We even realized that three people in our team have actually left their jobs. Some have written resignation letters waiting
Mm,
to turn in, all because of all these things. So it was more like a learning curve for us, and we had the
mm,
opportunity to bring our ideas together with our personal experiences. And that, in a way, made it very interesting for us to put ideas together and then navigate everything. It wasn't easy because we all have different schedules. We are in different time zones.
right.
So I remember some of my team members and I would stay up at dawn. I'm in Ghana, and some of them are in Nigeria, but we would stay up at dawn working on the same sheet like Canva. We share the links so we can see what each other person is working on. We'll proofread, make corrections and everything, send it to the main group. Everybody would have to go through. If anybody notices anything, we correct it back. It was a very interesting one for us, but the highlight was the fact that we all had a personal experience with the projects that was going on. So sorry. So it made it um, very interesting, and everything aligned for us.
Mm, awesome. That's very good. That's really, really good. I like that you guys got, some personal experience. You used the personal experiences of people that have experienced. I think that's tautology. Uh, yeah. Sorry, I'm quite tired. So yeah, just allow me. So I think it was really good that you used what we would call user-driven insight, to inform the strategy that you presented. Right, very good, very very good work. Let me call someone that looks like a male. I'm trying to look for it. Masculine. Someone that is male. Godwin Innocent. Godwin Innocent. Hi, Godwin Innocent.
Hello, coach. Good evening.
Hi, Godwin. Good evening.
Hello, coach. Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. Can you hear me? Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me? I can hear you.
Hello. Seems my network is
Hello.
poor.
Yes.
Can you?
Okay. I think it's network. I can't actually hear you, Godwin. I'm sorry. I can hear you rather, but I don't think you can hear me.
Okay. Sorry. What's your question
All
again?
right. Let me. Okay. The question is, how was your presentation? Right. What are your thoughts? So how was your presentation? How was the experience working on it? Right. Do you understand? So that's the first question. How was your presentation? Second is, what was your experience working on it? How did it go and all of that? All right. So then possibly share, something that you learned, or something that you think that's maybe something that could be improved, I guess. Yeah. Can you do that?
Okay. Thank you very much. Well, the presentation went well.
Awesome.
Um, to the best of my knowledge, and I think maybe when the grading comes out, we'll know how best it went. Actually.
Right.
Um. So for me, the personal experience, my team members really did not turn up very well. It was just a few number that we were able to collaborate to make it happen at the 11th hour.
Right.
So yeah, it was a bit difficult initially. Honestly, it was a bit difficult, but we were able to pull through and present on the said day. So for me,
Awesome.
my personally, I was able to understand some of the importance of onboarding because when when that's not properly done, employees, new hires find it difficult to settle in their new organization. So it's important the
Right.
organization should do a proper onboarding so that they were able to get their new hires hit the ground running from day one. So that's what I was able to pick
Mm.
from the whole process.
Okay. 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 Uh, I mean, if we had more time, I would have
Yeah,
tried to
thank
pick your
you.
brain a little bit, on just giving us like an overview of what your team strategy was, right? What your team strategy is, rather. What your team strategy is. Do you want to share that very quickly, like 1 minute?
Sorry, by team strategy, I'm trying to
So,
understand.
what did you guys propose for ABC Technologies? What did you propose to them?
Hello? Okay, we
Hi,
proposed
Godwin.
we proposed actually a two-phase onboarding. Um, the onboarding for general hires because we understood that sometimes when new hires come to an organization, we have more than a department that is recruited. We might have team members from procurement, from finance, from HR, and so on. So we are looking at a general onboarding for everybody that are newly hired. Then after that has been done, then the second phase of the onboarding, it's departmental onboarding, whereby each of these new hires will go to their various departments and they get close mentoring and understanding of how the process works. So that was the strategy we presented to the group.
Mm. Okay, okay, that's cool. That's cool, I would say. But another question I would ask for you. Sorry that I'm not picking on you. I'm just trying to drive a point, right? I was going to just have this conversation in a little bit of a different way, but I mean, just need to quickly share something. How did you arrive at this there's something I mentioned in one of the videos around how you create solutions, right? How did you arrive at that process? I mean, this strategy that you shared. Can you walk
Okay,
me through like your thought process here?
okay. So from the research we made, we understood that some of the issues that new hires have is they lack access to um, processes from the organization, sometimes due to manual operating of how this thing should be worked out. So because of the
Mm,
paperwork surrounding it, sometimes it takes a lot of time to
mm,
mostly result to delay in giving access to them. So having identified that, we now move to okay, how can that be handled? That's how we now decide to be handled effectively. We had to
okay.
split the onboarding process into general onboarding process and the departmental onboarding process. That will
Mm,
immediately the general onboarding process will be the first phase, whereby immediately the week that the new hires come into the organization, they get first hand of onboarding orientation. Then after
mm,
that, the departmental orientation now comes in to actually solidify what was initially done based on the general platform. Now they get personal, they try to get to meet with the people they are working with now in terms of department, and that's that will go a long way. That's how we were
mm.
able to come up with this strategy.
Okay, I see. I see. I see. I see. I see that. 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 However, so this is a note to everybody. Thanks for sharing, Godwin. You can mute your mic now. I just want to take a very quick diversion, right? To teach something. So when you're solving a problem, right, which is what project managers will do a lot of times, sometimes project managers, you are given a task to build this product or lead this initiative or make this happen, right? Which usually is great. However, if you ever get an opportunity to sit in a situation or in a position where you are asked to prefer a solution. I mentioned the design thinking process, right, during the in one of the videos, right, and I'm just going to take us through it because the importance of this is that you need to understand that the fact that uh, so when there's a problem, right, the fact that you propose a solution to it doesn't mean that solution solves the problem. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the fact that you have something to say to respond doesn't really mean that the problem gets solved. So I wish I could quickly get to the brief now, and we'll try to see. I'm just going to use the case study for Godwin's team to because it's the only one that I asked for the strategy, right? It's the only one that responded to the strategy question. So just going to use it to explain something. I think that could have been that's something that I think a lot of people may have missed. All right, so ABC Tech is a growing tech company experiencing challenges with employee onboarding. Right now, this is the problem. New hires often struggle to gain access to company tools and systems in time. Two, receive structured guidance in their first few weeks. Then three, understand their roles and responsibilities clearly. Now, your task as a team of project managers is to redesign the digital onboarding process for ABC Tech. Do you get? Now, what Godwin just shared now is a solution, but my question is, if you put the solution that you just preferred, which is a two-phase solution, a two-phase onboarding system where you have a general onboarding, then a departmental onboarding. Does it, like, if you bring your strategies together, will it tick off these three problem statements? Do you understand? That's what I'm just trying to get you to think about. So at the end of the day, when you are asked to solve a problem, you are not necessarily just asked to create a solution. Just, does this thing work? Let's just do something that works. You want to think about it, that okay, does this thing actually help us solve the problem? Because we can have a situation where, oh, okay, someone just brings a bright idea, this is what we should do, then everybody, that's a very smart idea, but really, sometimes smart ideas are not the solution. Do you get? You can say that there is a difference between smart ideas and the solution to the problem. Last week I talked about round pegs to round holes. Do you get? In other words, looking for things that it's an idiom used to just describe uh used to describe perfect solution to the exact problem. Do you understand what I'm saying? Right. Let me see. Let me give an example. Let me think of an example. So let's say that there's a there's a there's a there's a need for, yeah, great. So in a village, right? Because project managers, let me I want to use an example that is not tech related. Project managers would, are also project managers work in all industries. Okay, so let's say there's a project manager that was assigned by UNICEF to uh go to a village and fix the water problem. Okay, fix the water problem that they have. Now this village, let me see, let me look at one project manager that would be very nice to go to a village here. Monday, right? Let's say Monday and Olomachi got this contract from UNICEF to go to a village far in the east, right? East of East Africa, maybe Rwanda. So you get there and you see that, so these guys, they don't have water and they are really struggling. They need to travel like 4 villages before they get water into their village. So you get there and you say, okay, you know what, guys, I think that this village, you guys, the problem is not that you don't have water. The problem is that you guys are not thinking very well. Rain falls here every time. Why are you not keeping the water? That's a nice solution, right? If you think about it, it's like savoring rainwater, right? That's a nice solution, but it doesn't solve the problem. Do you get? It most likely just solve the problem for a very short period of time, like during the rainy season, right? But think about it, that because the problem statement is they don't have water. So if you say that, oh, we are going to solve this problem by giving you guys buckets. So when rain falls, just spread your buckets and your big bowls outside everywhere. Keep the water and you can store it, right? I think that a better solution would be to dig wells, right? Or create or develop bowl machines, right? Yeah, bowl water pumping system, whatever things, something like that, and not just the borehole system. In this case, I would prefer to go with a well. Do you get, in a village rather than a bowl? Of course, because of an obvious problem with power, because you don't want to create a bowl and there is no power to pump it. Do you get what I'm saying? You don't want a bowl that there is no power to pump it. Maybe after like 1 month, they are still back at the same space. So I just wanted to share that, and I'm going to share my screen to show you something very quickly. It's on design thinking. For time's sake, I'm going to run through it very, 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 very quickly. So, design thinking is actually a framework that is globally accepted, right, as a way for problem solving, right? If you ever do a critical thinking course, problem solving course, even project management, product development, product management, this is something that is standard, all right? So, and it has 5 stages. I mentioned it briefly in the video lessons: the empathize stage, define ideas, prototype, test. And a very important thing to learn from this is it's not a linear flow. Do you get? It's not a linear flow like one, two, three, four, five, then you are done. Usually it's an iterative flow. In other words, let's start from empathize. What does empathize entail? Empathize is empathy. Do you get? So I'm trying to solve a problem for young people. All right, young people in Africa. uh Africa is too large, right? But let's say I'm trying to solve a problem for young people in Africa, but which area of Africa? Let me say Nigeria, right? And Nigeria is also large. I'm going to narrow it down to up north, maybe not central north. Let's say north, right? Let's say the north, right? And I want to solve a problem for youth specifically in Kano State, Katsina State, Borno, Maiduguri, right? Those states. Do you see? And the problem I want to solve for them is a problem of digital education. So they don't have access to digital skills. So people like uh, Abena, people like Godwin, they have access to Sam Life, SDST, and they are changing their lives because they are in this program. But there is a Farouk or there is a Matthew in some of those places that don't have this access. So I've been brought in as a consultant by United Nations to, okay, you know what, Michael, you have this experience, you can do this. Okay, work with your team. Let me say I'm going to work with Godwin, Olomachi, and a couple of all the people in SDST. Okay, and this is what we want to do. So I'm trying to let you see. I'm going through that so that you understand, how you really understand the problem. Okay, so we know who we're trying to solve for. Okay, let's start with empathy. Do you guys know that one of the reasons why a lot of international interventions have not really made a lot of difference is because they lack the empathy stage, right? Because you cannot really solve a problem for somebody that you don't know. So let's start. You see what I'm saying? So empathy, you start with one of the things that you do here is you put yourself in the person's shoe. Technically, say that if I was a person in the north, right? I don't have lights. Maybe I have like 4 hours in a day. I don't have a phone. I don't have a laptop, right? How do I get trained in a digital skill? Do you get? Because even as I'm saying it, off the top of your mind, maybe you're already thinking that, oh, okay, I'm just going to, create a solution, or I'm just going to create, SDST, or I'm going to sponsor all of them. You guys can come for free. But think about it in the first place, these people don't have a phone to even see SDSTs as adverts. Okay. So next thing is you just want to interview them, understand them, right? Shadow them, look at their daily lives, right? Look at this person's daily life. Some of these people go to farm very early in the morning and they must be in the farm, right? Because that's their source of living. So if you want to design a program for them, you need to first of all understand, okay, these people are farmers, they go to farm very early in the morning, they come back by, let's say, 11 a.m. or 12 noon. So that means any program you want to design for them cannot start by 9 o'clock in the morning, right? And think about it that the empathy stage is why the SDST class is not holding by 12 noon or 6 p.m. or maybe 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. or 10 a.m., which is because, according to what I heard from Ruth, most people in SDST are working class. Do you get? That's the empathy stage. And you cannot be judgmental. You're trying to create a solution. So next stage is the define stage. This is where you've empathized. You now have a better understanding of the people you're solving the problem for. You have a better understanding of even the problem, the real problem, right? Remember the time when I mentioned the problem statement that UN is saying I should train these people that, oh, they don't have access, but UN does not even know why they don't have access. But by the time I started to work on the project, then I understand this is why these people don't have access. So uh personalized, and I begin to say, okay, these are the people that are going to work on this project. This is what I need, right? Then we start to make decisions. Okay, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to do this. This is when we are going to do this. Are we going to set up a physical training center, a computer center in Kano, or are we going to set it up in like every local government or every village so that we can get as many people as possible, right? I mean, let's say the program is focused on women, on training women in the north, right? Young ladies. So what are we going to do to make that, to make it accessible to them? Now, another thing I just remembered is some of these people, I don't know, right? I'm just thinking that what if they don't understand English or they are not as fluent in English? If I'm trying to teach somebody that doesn't understand English in project management, I need to do it in a different way. Do you get what I'm saying? So you understand the challenges, pain point. Then we move to ideate. The empathy and the fine stage are really, really critical, right? Or else you're going to build rubbish. Permit me to use that, okay? Permit me to say that, right? If you don't do the empathy and define phase very well, there's something that I facilitate from time to time for some organizations. It's called design thinking workshop, right? Where the organization is just trying to really understand what their strategy is, right? Where we're trying to say, could it be that we're looking at what we're doing in a wrong way, right? Could it be that the people we are serving, the people we set out to serve, they used to be where we could serve them 2 years ago, but they have moved, right? How should we be thinking about it? Do you get? So this is a framework that works perfectly, right? So then ideas, we start to ideas, share ideas, people start to try ideas. Oh, what about if we do this? Oh, what about if we give them books as well? Oh, what about if we start with a an English lessons, like maybe English lessons before we start to teach them coding. Okay, after English lessons, before we go to coding, what about if we start with computer appreciation, right? What about if we give them, if we get, laptops that they can take to their homes, right, so that they can practice into the night, right? So what about if we, you know I mean, just this is where we start. You guys can also share ideas in the chat. Do you get? Just to know that you're following me, so you can just share ideas around, yeah, the idea stage, empathize and define. Let me know how you're thinking about this. So when we ideate, right, then we start to, so at the end of ideate stage, we have a direction of what we're doing. Then we take it to the prototype stage. Prototype is a sample. Do you get? Prototype is sample. So mock-ups are wireframes are, for example, a sketch. So let's say that your WhatsApp app, before they put, let me look at that way the WhatsApp even looks like. So let's say on WhatsApp, right? You have the chat face. You have the rectangular screen, correct? You have the rectangular screen. Then you have so on my WhatsApp now I can see chats, at charts as, text. So in the wireframe, it will not show like this. There will be no colors, just sketches, round circles, triangles. So that's what prototype looks like. Do you understand? But in this case, in these projects that I'm talking about, we're not doing wireframes. We're not designing an app. So it's a physical project. So what you're going to be trying to do is, in prototype, you can then test with, for this kind of project, you can test with 5 people. Do you get? Instead of doing it across all the northern states. Okay, let me start with 3 villages in Kano, or 1 village in Kaduna, 1 village in Maiduguri, so that I can pick insights from them. So by the time I get those insights, that is the testing phase. Do you get? So in the testing phase, I have scaled it. So I have shared it with them, and I now understand what are the impediments, right? What are the impediments are like challenges. You get? So what works, what could be better? Do you get? Things like that, right? Now, when you get to the test phase, you notice that it ends with tests. There's nothing like, oh, let's go and do it, because it's a process. A process that continues. So when you are done with test, then you now come back to empathize, to know that, oh, okay, okay, okay. So we missed this in the first place. Now it gives us, we have more context that, okay, so although they close they come back home from farming by 12 o'clock, they need 1 hour to rest, to eat, then they can come to class within 2 to 3, because by so time they need to go to mosque, right, to pray. Do you get? And they need to have frequent breaks in between, because they have different prayer times. Do you get? For the Muslims in that place. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when you run through it first, right, you can, from empathize, you can move to ideates, right? Because you've defined it before. You can move to ideates, you can move to prototype. From prototype, You can move to define again. Do you get? It's an iterative process. Okay, I hope that helped somebody, right? I think that is all that I want to share regarding that. Okay, so I think we should move to the awards part now. Thank you guys. I see your comments. Thank you very much. Joyce, I see your message. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. I see your message. I see your messages. Right. Joyce, please can you confirm if it's a good time, if we can go ahead? Good.
Yes, coach.
Awesome. Thank you. So let's get this rolling. So we have a couple of awards for the project management class, and it's my very singular honor to appreciate these folks. I mean, like people usually say that we're all winners, but we just need to, at some point appreciate people that, have, performed exceptionally well, put some extra effort, into the work that they did. Okay. So let's get it rolling. So overall best subgroup, right, is the, let me see. Anybody wants to guess best subgroup? Best subgroup. Anybody? Best subgroup. Best subgroup, guys. Drum rolls.
My
Anybody?
group.
It's in my group. What's your group?
Group.
What's your group?
Ghana City.
Cities. Sorry. Cities, not cities. Cities is not even. Sorry. Cities. Sure, guys. But yeah, the best subgroup is the group, right? That's United Emirates. I mean, they just have to be right. The amount of money that they have in that currency. I mean, that economy, very good. That's a great precedent when they to ask them for money. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying. But congratulations, the Ram Group. Well done, guys. Thank you for putting your very best to making that happen. Okay. So best subgroup leader, right? Best subgroup leader. Are you guys ready? Best subgroup leader is let me see. This person is my namesake. Ha 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 ha. This person is my namesake. Anybody wants to help? Micah. Is there any Micah here? Is there any Micah here? Anybody? I think the only person that knows that name or that could call me that name is Ruth.
I won't give them a hint.
Yeah, anybody. Yeah, it's my namesake actually. By the way, Micah is not my first name. Ha ha ha. Yeah, so the best subgroup leader is Timothy Oluwatimileyin Adaramola. My name is Timileyin. My first name is Timileyin. Please give him a round of applause. Give him a round of applause. Very good. Thank you very much, Timothy. Timothy, are you here? Timileyin is an Nigeria like this, so don't spoil our rep, bro. Bro. Okay. Decided to shame me, but no wala. All right. Most outstanding students. This person was in my DM. Like this person sent me a message like she wants to hold my neck. That bro, you need to answer me. Just text me if I don't respond immediately. Be like, "I coach." Very very good, very very good. Thank you very much for your commitment and for all that you did for your colleagues. Right. Most outstanding student award for project management goes to Oluomachi Confidence Chinkaka.
Please. Coach Mike, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Right,
Thank you.
I don't know what to say. Thank
You
you
want
so
to give a
much.
speech? Ha ha ha. That's
I
serious.
was not expecting, I was not expecting this, honestly.
Oh, really? Nice. But nice. Congrats.
Thank you, sir.
So most hardworking students. For this person, um, yeah. So the team synergy was great, but during the presentation, you did a very good job with the pound sterling team. This is none other than Rebecca Estefanos. I think I
Thank God.
murdered that name. I agree that I
Yes, I
murdered it.
think so.
Yeah, I murdered it.
Thank you so
What's
much,
the correct
Coach.
what's the correct pronunciation? You're welcome.
Cardon Rebecca Estefanos.
Kardong. Are you a Nigerian?
Yes, I am.
Ah, nice. From where?
Just Plateau State.
Nice, nice. I've never been in just one day, one day.
That's
All
an
right,
awesome wedding.
one day. Congratulations, congratulations,
Thank
Rebecca.
you very
Uh,
much.
then finally, most dedicated students. Most dedicated students. Most dedicated students. Any guesses? Any guesses? Any guesses? Any guesses? I'm waiting. Any guesses? Anyone wants to guess? Whose hand is up? Okay, no one. Anyone wants to guess? Most dedicated student. Let me see if they are on the call. Okay, I think she left and I think she was here earlier actually. Okay, most dedicated students award goes to Mary Arthur. Congratulations, Mary. Thank you very much, Mary. So
Hey,
that's yeah. Mary, are you there?
hi.
Oh yeah, yeah. Ah, nice.
Well, I wasn't expecting that.
That's very nice. Very nice. That's
Right,
very
right.
nice.
Thank
Do you
you,
have a
coach.
speech? Give us a speech. Give us a speech. On behalf of my friends and family.
I'm just shocked. I'm just shocked that I don't have any. Right. Uh. Whoa. I thank God for this award and thank you, coach. Too. This is a privilege and I'm honored. Thank you.
Ah, nice. That's your speech. You don't want to give a speech that will sound like, "Hi guys, on behalf of my family, my father and
No,
mother,
no. It
thank you
took
for
me
seeing
by
me through this.
surprise.
Thank you for seeing me for this through this moment. Without you, I would not have been here." All of those kind of things. But thank you guys. I think that
Right.
the team would like to come up now, but there is a final resource I want to share with you. It's a video resource, so I mean it's something I'd have loved us to talk about, but no worries. So it's a video on the impact of AI in project management, right? Just a very quick insight and I'll be off your screen is, you see, a lot of things that project managers do, right? Things like generating program plans, project plans, and all of that, right? They are things that ChatGPT can just bring up, can just pull up, hey, ChatGPT, I'm trying to do this and I need this, and ChatGPT can just give you, right? So the question you should start thinking of, maybe even if you're not a project manager, is how can I do my job well? Interesting thing is you can actually use ChatGPT to answer that question for yourself. In your current career paths, how can I stand out in the AI age? Because just think about it, whatever it is you're doing, customer support, project management, whatever it is that you are doing at the moment, right? AI most likely is able to do it, right? Maybe not immediately for some of you, right? But in the very near future, do you get, in the very near future, right? I think one of the fields that is still a bit quite protected, and I don't read a lot about that field, is medicine. I've not liked biology since I was in school, and I don't still like medicine up to now. But I think that's the only field that is a bit still protected. But for most other fields, I think that it's something you really need to actively think about. You want to avoid being chased out of a job before you start to think about it. Do you get it? Think about it, that there was a time in the world where there were professional typewriters, right? And when computers came, right, keyboards, right? You guys remember like those big desktop with keyboards? I'm not that old though, so but I remember when I was smaller. When I was smaller, I used to have that very big desktop. That's that one that the back is very long, and there was a keyboard. So at the time I was, using keyboard, I think we used to use Mavis Beacon or something like that to learn how to type. There were still people that, there was an organization I think I wanted to intern at the time, and the secretary was very proficient in using typewriters. And in my mind now, in retrospect, I feel like someone like that will most likely be have been kicked out of the job eventually if she did not, actively try to, improve herself and just improve her skills. So that's my final encouragement to everybody, regardless of what skill, what area, what industry, what role that you currently work in. AI is technically coming for your job, but it can't do what you can do. Do you understand? Let's leave computers to do what computers can do, and let humans do what humans can do. Right? Humans can feel, humans can think. Right? Currently, AI, the future of AI is artificial generated intelligence. Do you get where AI is able to think on its own, and we don't know if it's going to get there. But, anyways, long and short of the story is think about the implications of AI for the job that you're doing and think about how to prepare yourself. Okay. Thank you very much, Sam Life, SDST, Ruth, everyone, for the opportunity to do this. Thank you very much, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day and have a great time. Bye, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Timmy. Thank you, thank you. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah, Joyce, I'm going to hand over to you shortly. I just want to say a few things. I don't want to keep them longer than 5, 10 minutes here. Okay, because the time is already fast spent. So, regarding next week, a few things to keep in mind. Next week is graduation. Can you believe it? Please, I'll bet your wife can say something. Can you believe that?
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Thank God.
Yeah. Yes, yes. Graduation is next week. You are at the
Finally.
finish line. You're really at the finish line. And I just want you to be proud of yourself, proud of how far you've come, proud of the work that you have put in since March, like March 3rd till now. You've been at it and you are still here. I'm very proud of you. Great work, excellent work. So, yes, next week is graduation, and we're going to send out all the meeting details, everything you need to know by Wednesday. Please invite your friends, invite your family members. Okay. One of you is going to be going home with a brand new laptop, right? Because that was the promise that we made to the overall best graduating students. So, keep that in mind. So please, you never know. It's going to be maybe you, maybe someone else. You don't know. So come with your family members, come with everybody. Let them come see you and hear all the great things that you've been doing over the past 3+ months. Okay. Uh, don't be late to the graduation ceremony. Be here on time. For my leaders, subgroup members, start telling your colleagues now, for them not to be late. They want to be there. They should be there to see everything that they've been doing over the past few months, see you through to the very end. Okay. And then Joyce will take it over now and talk about next week, the job fair week, and what you guys should expect. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Coach. Well done, guys. Like, I remember somebody commented one time, and the person was like, "Oh, we still have." I think it was like 4 more weeks, or like 2 months actually. Then, and everybody was still like, "Oh, it's still a long time." And see, we're already at the end. Congratulations! I'm so proud of each and every one of you. So, for our second, if like major event that will be happening this week, your job fair week. I'm sure you have gotten the mail by now. So basically, it's an opportunity for you to like connect with the real like the company partners who are looking to open internship opportunities. So it's not just your regular networking session. It's a chance for you to make like a strong impression and like possibly secure your next big step after SDST. So please,
Joyce,
what
let
you
me
should
let me break in shortly. Sorry. I actually met with the owners of the companies earlier today. They are ready for you guys. So come ready with your CVs, ready with your pitch. We're going to help you with your pitch on Monday. Okay. They are ready to hire. They're ready to hire social media managers, like different kinds of people. So nobody is joking around here, unless if you want to joke around with yourself. But we're very ready for you, and we hope that you're ready for yourself as well.
Okay. So like coach has said already, I'll just update your and polish your CV, and please would, like coach said, we'll review it on Monday. So if you're ready, you can start putting in the work and still try to make it clear. I'm sure you remember the session we had the other day where they taught you how to make your CV look good and narrow it down to a particular skill. So please try to like practice like brief introduction, like how and who you are, what you have learned, and where you are headed. Like just prepare yourself, know your strengths, and like come prepared, come confident, and like expectant. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's the major thing. Any other thing will be sent like again on the chat or via mail. So yeah, congratulations each and every one of you. We're proud of you. And yeah, we've come to the end of today's award ceremony.
All right. Thank you and have a good evening. Joyce, you can call me in the next 10 minutes. Okay.
Okay, good.